So what we have next is the flap, which should have a magnet in there. So this should be placed 1 3/4 inches from the tip, right? So 1 3/4 inches from the tip of this piece. All right, I'm adjusting so it's aligned. So you're going to sew around at 3/8 of an inch. And then not the top, right? So you're going to do the sides. Don't do the top though, because that's how we're going to turn it. So now what I like to do is trim the corners a little bit, making sure not to catch any of your stitches. And I just do this so that when you turn it, your corners, there's less bulk in them and they're a little bit cleaner. And this will be a test. I got this fabric, I believe, from So Pretty Vinyls, which they have gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. I've just never worked with like a metallic like this, so I'm slightly worried that the machine will take some of it off. But we'll see. We'll see, we'll see. And I do have this handy dandy, maybe it's in here, little, I don't know what you call it, and I'm going to use it to pull some of my corners out. So they are nice and out. I don't know what you call it. I think it's like a leather tool of some kind, but it just helps me get the edges all nice and neat. Okay, so now I'm going to top stitch at 1/8 of an inch. You can go ahead and sew the top if you like. I generally don't, but you can. Okay, and I apparently did not need to worry because the vinyl came out great. You can see my presser foot a little bit, but I'm hoping that will kind of come out later on. But now we are going to attach it to the main body piece. All right, so I finally brought my basket over with everything. So you are going to go ahead and mark your center. Actually, trim off any excess because you don't want to throw off your alignment with excess, because that throws me off. I do that all the time, and then it's crooked. So now mark your center. I love this little pink vinyl. It's so cute. Okay, and then you're going to take your lining piece, which should have your interfacing on there. And on the back side, you are going to line it up. And then you are going to baste it on. So make sure it's on there and it's not crooked. I always put a couple of clips on top. Make sure that's straight. And it doesn't matter which end. Just know that, like, once you decide, that end is going to be, you know, where your magnetic slip pocket part needs to go. So I'm just going to baste this on there really quickly. And then we'll get started on the slip pocket. So I'm just going to baste that on at 1/8 of an inch. And then the other thing is that I do have some like excess on the corners. So I am going to go ahead and trim that so it's not throwing me off later. All right, so there is my flap on my main piece, and now we're going to move on to the slip pocket.